Chapter 21, Meetings. Around noon Shino and Kurenai entered the room. Naruto, I have some news for you. Kurenai explained. I have found you a trainer that will help you for the exam. And before you complain, I am not the best on to try to train you. I am a genjutsu expert, thus I can train neither you nor Shino properly in what would be truly best for you. I can give you training during our daily training, but I am not an expert on either of your specialties. Naruto just nodded. I have gotten the services. A chill ran down his spine when he heard the voice coming from the hallway. Of me, Ebisu. I will be your special trainer Naruto. We will work on some special things that Kurenai and Guy are not equipped to train you in. How does that sound? Why the hell would I want a closet perv like you training me? Naruto yelled at Ebisu. This perked Kurenai's and Shino's interest, hearing that Ebisu was a closet pervert. Quickly running up to Naruto and covering his mouth. I will do whatever you want, just don't tell anyone about that day. Naruto giggles and grins like a fox. Okay, but remember your promise. Kurenai looks at Naruto. You know Ebisu? When did you two meet? Naruto grins and says. Well, I helped him out with Konohamaru. He was having problems with him and I was able to set him straight. A look of great relief came over Ebisu. Yes, Naruto was able to convince Konohamaru that there is no easy way to be Hokage. A lesson that I was not able to teach him myself. And for that help I am very grateful. Ebisu responded. We will start tomorrow and meet for lunch Naruto. I will see you then. Ebisu left without another comment. Shino's eyebrow rose above his glasses. Closet pervert? Naruto shook his head. Long story, I will tell you after the Chunin exams. Well, at least training might be entertaining. Naruto snickered. I hear you are moving today. Please do not let your anger at Neji get the best of you. Kurenai asked Naruto. Naruto chuckled. You know sensei, you are the second sensei to tell me that. Kakashi was here earlier. You know my brother and sister also are being allowed to live there too? Kurenai smiled. Did they share with Hiashi? Naruto nodded. He is a better man than I thought. You know I am not pleased with either Hiashi or Neji. This whole affair is improving my opinion of Hiashi Hyuga though. Didn't you live with the Hyuga when you were younger Naruto? Yes I did. But when Jasmine Hyuga died the clan council forced Hiashi to ask me to leave. And then began my descent into hell. Naruto showed a lot of pain recounting what happened when he left. I was given place to live and a Chunin to guard me. She was like a sister I never had. What happened to her? Shino asked. She was killed in an assassination attempt on me by the Uchiha clan, Naruto laughed. The funny thing was that she was an Uchiha. I just thought she was doing her job, I found out later that she actually did more than she was told to do. She cared. Naruto's eyes burned at the memory. Kurenai came up to Naruto and embraced him in a hug. I know all about it. You have not led a charmed life. Most don't know all that you have gone through. I read the reports and there were a lot of them. The beatings, the broken bones, the attacks, the assassination attempts. The good thing is that you are not there anymore Naruto. Your team cares for you and you are safe from those nightmares. If you need anything let me know. Naruto squeezed tighter as the tears flowed freely. Thank you sensei. They stayed there for a long time. Naruto finally let go and Kurenai broke away. Shino, can I have a moment alone with our sensei? Thank you for coming though. Shino nodded and he left the room. Okay Naruto, what is it? I know something is troubling you. What is it? Kurenai asked. Naruto looked like he had several conflicting things going on in his head. Sensei, what are the rules with intergroup relationships? He was looking over at Hinata. Oh, one of those questions. She smiled, finally noticed, huh? Well Naruto, there are few rules. There are some dealing with sensei and students, but other than that there are none. Looking at him with understanding eyes, you like her don't you? Naruto looked up at Kurenai with eyes ready to cry. She has been my friend since before I can remember. I felt part of me die seeing her on the bed looking so pale and helpless. I think I would be lost without her. He swallows hard. I know I care for her more than I would a close friend, but I do not know. He shakes his head as if confused. I don't know what I feel. Kurenai puts her hand on his shoulder. As long as you do not let it affect the team you can have whatever relationship you wish with Hinata. As long as Hiashi approves I care not. I do not want you to take her safety above Shino's or mine. Naruto nodded at this. So what changed? Naruto looked at Hinata then back at Kurenai. The moment I knew that Neji wanted to kill Hinata. I just knew I could not let that happen and would be lost if I lost her. I could not let it happen, I just had to make sure he did not succeed. I still can't figure it out. Does that make sense to you? Kurenai smiled. You are lucky, Naruto. Most of us go through our entire lives to find someone we are willing to die for. I will not tell you what the answer is. You will have to figure it out yourself. My only advice is to follow your heart. It may break or it may find something wondrous. None of us know. I wish you luck on the journey. Naruto smiled meekly. Hiashi said I could ask her to date when she turns 13. Kurenai looked shocked. Yeah, I was shocked too. I figured he would beat me for even asking. Kurenai chuckled. You have guts, I'll give you that. Asking the head of the Hyuga clan to date his daughter, now that takes guts. Guess Neji is in big trouble if he thinks he will have an easy victory. Strike that, I am sure you are going to teach him a lesson. They both laughed. Naruto was checked out around 1 in the afternoon. He spent the rest of the day watching over Hinata, trying to figure out why he felt what he felt about her. He was not sure how he was going to deal with being under the same roof as Neji, but he figured he would cross that bridge when he came to it. At the Hyuga compound in council chambers, Hiashi was grilling Neji in front of the whole clan council. What part of being her personal guard do you not understand? He raised his hand to forestall Neji from answering. I understand you were in the Chunin exams. But that does not give you the right to attempt to kill, even possibly murder my daughter. Hiashi was yelling just centimeters from Neji's face. She is the heir, you are her guard. The match was over. By all accounts you should have been disqualified. You are hereby ordered to not confront Naruto Uzumaki until your match. You are also ordered to act civil and not provoke him. I will pull you out of the Chunin exams if you do. You are dismissed. Neji left the room. Now for the big fish. We are now going to accept the Uzumaki into the compound and offer them sanctuary. Are there any objections? Hiashi coldly asked. One council member, Mancha, rose to his feet. I object on the grounds that the demon will have undue influence upon the heir and your other daughter. Isn't enough that we put up with him being on the same team as Lady Hinata? A couple other council members agreed with Mancha's logic. Most saw what was coming, Mancha apparently did not, while the others did and did not want to be in the way when Hiashi exploded. I see. And why do you call Uzumaki-san a demon? Is it because he is a Jinchuriki? He waited a moment for an answer. When none came, he then spoke. How many of you would lay down your lives for Lady Hinata? He knew this was a trick question, as all raised their hands. How many of you have risked your lives for her? None raised their hands. How many of you oppose the Uzumaki from staying here? He saw 5 of the 15 members raise their hands. How many of you oppose just Uzumaki-san? There were only 3 hands. Given this small minority, why would the council oppose adding a strong Jinan, and 2 strong academy students to this household? Because he is the demon, and he and his circus group would disrupt the order of the Hyuga. He also could not be trusted to leave Neji alone for a day, let alone a month. And your daughter would be corrupted by his influence. So my daughter has been and will be corrupted by Uzumaki-san? There were 5 nods. So continued exposure will cause irrefutable harm? Again the 5 same nods. He walks over to the 5 but does not look at them. Have you met with and talked to Uzumaki-san? All 5 shook their heads no. So you are basing your opinion of a shinobi of the leaf without even having met him? All 5 nodded their heads. Has he wronged you since becoming a shinobi? They shook their heads. So you base your opinion on him having been selected by fate to be the container of the Kyuubi? By his life before becoming a shinobi? By his actions after being forced out of this compound by this very council, against my wishes I might add? For finding a creative outlet for what was done to him? He pauses for a minute. Do any of you know what happened a few nights he moved out? I heard he was attacked and sent to the hospital. A lone council member stated. Yes, he was attacked, beaten, and nearly killed. Anbu caught all but one of the attackers. The report stated that including cuts, bruises, and broken bones he suffered chakra burns. As if he received them from a Juken strike from a Hyuga. Care to explain, Mancha? The council all looked at Mancha. How should I know? What are you talking about? Mancha questioned, looked visibly nervous. Your brother died 7 years ago. From what did he die from, if you would please inform the council? Hiashi asked. Mancha was visibly sweating. A heart attack, yes. It was a heart attack. Why do you ask? Well, you came to the council as the one who succeeded your brother, didn't you? Mancha nodded. Did you know that Anbu investigate all deaths of shinobi, even natural causes? Mancha was starting to fidget. I have you now, you evil man. You attacked Naruto that night and your brother found out and then blackmailed you and you killed him. I have to play this right and they will fall like a house of cards. Hiyashi thought with satisfaction. They found traces of chakra near the heart, enough to sever a couple of the main veins. This appeared to be done over time as there was scar tissue around the heart. I always remember that you liked to pat your brother on the chest, didn't you? Mancha looking around. What are you talking about, Hiyashi? The medical examiner declared it death by natural causes. Why are you accusing me of murdering my brother? I have not accused you of it, but I have evidence that you were complicit in the attack on Naruto Uzumaki that night and on several other occasions. You have just fixed my founded fears that you are the monster here and are complicit in both of the cases. Anbu asked that I hand you over to them for questioning. I was never given the order. Why do you ask? He pointed at the 5 that had opposed him tonight. All 5 of you conspired to cover up an investigation and forged documents in my name to cover up your involvement in murder for power and attempted murder of a citizen of Konoha. I am sure Ibiki will enjoy your company. Hiyashi smiled and snapped his fingers and 10 jonin of the Hyuga appeared around the 5 men. Take them to Ibiki for questioning involving the death of Yami Hyuga, attempted murder of Naruto Uzumaki, and conspiring to circumvent the head of the family with forgery. The 5 men were taken away in a flash. Hiyashi turned his back and asked his question again. Are there any opposed to the Uzumaki moving into the compound? No one dared move the wrong way. Good, we will expect our guests later this afternoon. I am sure that Yugito and Shinbo will be here a little while after the academy. I will personally bring Naruto back from the hospital. I will personally select the cadet branch member who will be working with them both. And next time the council wants to countermand the head of the family, they should talk to it first. If I find that any of you are complicit in this, I will personally kill you myself. Good day. With that, Hiyashi left the council chambers. Back at the apartments, Yugito and Shinbo were finishing up the packing. Shinbo, did we get everything? Yugito asked. No, not quite. I know Naruto has some hiding places for stuff. And we need to make sure we get his plants. Shinbo replied. There was a knock on the door which Shinbo answered. Greetings, how may I help you? Standing outside the door were 4 Hyuga. We are here to help you move. Just show us what needs to be moved and we will take care of it. One of the Hyuga answered. We are almost finished, we just need to find where Naruto hid his stash. Could you take a look and we will get it for him and then we will be ready to head out. Shinbo replied. The Hyuga activated his Byakugan and found all 3 of his stashes of comics and valuables. They packed these in a special box and started to move the boxes back to the compound. They were able to move all the boxes without incident. The landlord was very happy to not have the Uzumaki under his roof anymore. They find spacious rooms when they were assigned to. They also found out that they were to be housed in with the branch family. Back at the hospital, Naruto is finally kicked out of the hospital late that evening as he continued to watch over Hinata. Hiyashi meet him outside of the hospital. I am glad to see that you are worried about my daughter Naruto. Would you please walk with me? Naruto, with a sad look on his face, he turned and looked up at Hiyashi and just nods while following him. You know, Naruto, I am impressed with your performance. He pauses and notices Naruto just nod. Come with me back to the estate, you can rest and we will talk in the morning. Naruto just nods and follows. Naruto and Hiyashi notice that one of the guards shows his animosity towards Naruto when he approaches with Hiyashi. You, what is your name? Hiyashi asks. Shinta, my lord, the angry guard answers. Well, Shinta, is this how you greet the head of the household? Hiyashi inquires. No, my lord, but we have orders from the council to not let the demon into the compound. You would deny entry to an honored guest in front of me? No, my lord, of course not, Shinta wearily answered. You will put yourself on report. And after that you will work on hiding your emotions or change your opinion of a person who has saved the air more time than I care to think. You will either treat my guest with respect or you will be punished. Do I make myself clear? Hiyashi angrily stated. He turned to Naruto, not even worrying about the guard's response. I am sorry, Naruto, I know you are tired. Let us go and prepare your room and then we can discuss things in the morning at breakfast. Naruto just nodded and followed along. Naruto looked around and things became familiar as they stopped in front of door. My old room? Naruto asked. Hiyashi nodded. You are giving me back my old room, Hiyashi-sama? Yes, Naruto, it has always been yours. Your stuff has been put in the room. I hear they even found your stashes and they are there too. Your room as always has privacy seals so the Byakugan will not see in unless it is deemed an emergency. Naruto nodded at this. Hiyashi continued. Breakfast is at 9, and lunch is at noon. Based on the clothes we got, we purchased some clothes for you to wear around the compound. Hiyashi bowed deeply to Naruto. Welcome home. You are a guest and you are family. Hiyashi then looked at Naruto with a stern look. As I said before, you and my daughter may not date until she is 13. That is if she will accept you. You are teammates, comrades, and close friends. When Hinata is up to it, we will work on your manners. I am sure that they have fallen since you were here last. Naruto looking very sheepishly. Well, I would agree. Thank you for the warm welcome. I am tired and need some rest as I have to meet my new sensei tomorrow morning. Bowing deeply, thank you very much Hiyashi-sama. I will see you in the morning. He headed into the room. He found several boxes stacked on the side of the room and found the bed already made. He stripped down to his boxers and curled up under the covers and went to sleep thinking of Hinata. He woke up no longer in his bed but in the same sewer setting as before when he met the fox. He was of course dressed only in his boxers. He walked towards the area where the fox was sealed. When he entered the room he was assaulted by loud sinister laughter. You amuse me to no ends, Kit. The fox spoke to him in a condescending manner. Okay fox, why did you call me here? Naruto asked. I hope not to just embarrass me. The fox grinned behind its bars. You are developing nicely. Just remember, if you die I die. The look on the fox became serious. As I said, you amuse me, Kit. And I am gracious to you. I now am indebted to you, Kit. I will give you my chakra when you request it. The fox continued, now you must understand that my chakra will cause some problems with you. Also, do not ask for too much at once. It will destroy your body. You are tough for a human but you are still fragile. And I can only help you so much. Naruto nodded understanding. I will let you know why I owe you later, but when you get a chance to go near that female you are starting to like, ask her to bring her demon chakra up and bring up mine also. Then clasp hands while you have both summoned these chakras. You both will find out something interesting. Good night, Kit. Hinata wakes up in front of a small white mansion. It is surrounded by lavender flowers. The smell of the flowers fills the air. Hinata walks to the front gates, but there is a piece of paper on the gates with the word seal on it. She looks through and sees a large mass of light purple fur. She looks at the mass of fur as it rises and falls. A deep melodic voice calls to her. Come here, Kittling. I will not harm you. For I am here with you all the time. I am so tired, but we will survive. I need more time, but I need to talk to you. Hinata approached the gates. Who are you? Why am I here? The voice laughs. So many questions, but I have only time for a few answers. Kittling, you nearly died. If not for me and that boy, your cousin would have killed you. A look of shock came over Hinata's face. I can heal you, but I had only just started to wake when you were able to tap into my powers. This has drained me. Now I am healing you. You will be fully healed in about a month and a half. Do not do anything strenuous. Also, do not call upon me until then, as it will hurt us both. But who are you? And why am I not afraid of you? Hinata asked. You are not afraid of me because I have been with you for over 9 years. Hinata's face showed shock. Yes, Kittling, I am the demon that is sealed within you. I am the mate of the QB. He is my master and my mate. You may address me as Haim. Hinata nodded to the mass of fur. I cannot stay awake long as I am tending our wounds. As you grow, our connection will grow stronger. Get close to your friend Naruto, as he is the vessel for my mate. When you do, summon my chakra and tell him to do the same while clasping hands. But do not do this until we are healed. Haim continued. I must tell you to avoid your cousin, as he did mean to kill you. Avoid him as much as you can. Farewell for now, we will talk again, Kittling. The world went black and pain came back to her body. A muffled moan is heard. She is waking up. Make sure she has enough painkillers. A voice was heard and she felt hands touching her arms. Move, brat, we need to make sure she is okay. She feels a hand pulled away from hers. She begins to smell the antiseptic smell of a hospital room. She begins to open her eyes as the pain lessens. The light is bright, almost blinding. Take it easy, young lady. Do not rush it, you will be sent home later today. Get that demon brat out of here. 2 orderlies grabbed Naruto and pulled towards the door. No. She is my friend. I will not leave. She heard then saw Naruto being pushed out the door. Her throat hurt as she reached out for him and tried to speak. All she could do is croak out something unintelligible. Take it easy, he will not bother you. You are safe. Relax, your father will be here soon to take you home for more care. All you need now is rest. The doctor told Hinata as tears started to stream from her eyes. She could hear Naruto screaming out in the hallway. Chapter 22, Enter the Toad Sage. Naruto was screaming in the hallway. Let me go. I want to see Hinata-chan. Let me go. Naruto started to regain his composure. A voice behind him caused him to jump. Why are you holding the hero of the Hyuga? Hiashi looked very angrily at the men holding Naruto. Who told you he could not see my daughter? The doctor ordered him out so he would not influence the heir of the Hyuga with his demon ways. One of the orderlies answered, bringing a very strong air of killing intent from both Naruto and Hiashi. This caused them to back away from Naruto. Two things you will know and know them now. Naruto Uzumaki is a teammate of Hinata Hyuga, thus he will be able to see her. You deny that for any reason you will have the Hokage, their sensei, and me to deal with. He put the most emphasis on himself. Secondly, he is a guest of the Hyuga and will be treated as if he was a Hyuga. Do I make myself clear? The orderlies nodded and moved out of their way. Hiashi entered the room and saw his daughter crying. She did brighten up with his next words. I met a friend who wanted to see you. And walk you home with me. If that is all right with you, my daughter? She looked past her father to see a blushing and waving Naruto. She immediately smiled and nodded. This brought a sour look to the doctor's face. She is still very injured. While she is healing at an astounding rate, she will not be ready for duty for over a month. She will need about 3 weeks until she will be able to do normal activities, about a month and a half before she can start training. I also advise her not have any contact with that monstrosity, he stated with venom while pointing at Naruto, eliciting an angry glare from Naruto and a raised eyebrow from Hiashi. I see, is that your expert medical opinion? Hiashi asked and the doctor nodded. For the hero of Konoha, you recommend isolation and scorn? The doctor's eyes went wide. Thank you for your opinion and I will take it under advisement. But for now I am here to take my daughter home to be cared for by the clan physician. Naruto, you will of course push the wheelchair? Naruto nodded as an orderly brought a wheelchair into the room. Naruto leaned over the bed while picking her up bridal style and setting her gently into the chair. Easy now, we need to make sure you are treated like the princess you are, Naruto whispered into her ear, causing her to blush profusely, and bringing a smile to Hiashi's face. I get you home and then I have to say goodbye as I will have to meet with Ebisu for training for the Chunin exam. I am going against Neji. This brought a frown to Hinata as she knew that he nearly killed her. You will be careful, won't you, Naruto-kun? Hinata shyly asked as they left the hospital and headed towards the Hyuga compound. Naruto laughed. Of course I will be careful, when am I not careful? Both Hiashi and Hinata both laughed at Naruto's statement. You are rarely careful, Naruto-kun. You will put your heart into it and then you will do your best to make it occur no matter what the cost. Hinata explained. Naruto blushed. What is wrong with putting everything into what you are doing? Hiashi spoke up at this question. If you have not planned ahead you will not be able to win. Neji is a very strong young man. More than likely the strongest of all the Hyuga of your generation. Sorry Hinata, but it is true. This does not mean that you are weak, my daughter. You were able to take a lot of pain and suffering that he gave you, but you did not yield. I am proud of that. But pushing to the point of death is not a way to be a successful shinobi. While dying is part of the life of a shinobi, seeking death is not. They arrived at the compound where the guards greeted them all with a smile. Naruto pushed her wheelchair to her room and then lifted her from it to her bed. He gave her a hug and then ran off to find Ebisu for training. He is a good boy, and will become a good man. Do not let him go if you can help it, Hinata. Hiashi commented as he left her room and shut the door. Naruto was running at good speed as he got to Ichiraku's. He found Ebisu there waiting for him. Good to see that you are at least punctual. So I will buy you lunch and then we will work on your training. He did not notice that Ichiraku and Ayame were both chuckling under their breath. I would like a miso and whatever Naruto usually orders. Turning to Naruto after talking to Kurenai, Kakashi, and Guy Sensei, I was able to deduce that one of your big problems is chakra control. Chakra control? Why chakra control? I have a ton of chakra. Why do I need more control? Naruto questioned as he finished his second bowl of ramen, while Ebisu was still working on his first. Well, you see Naruto, you do possess an immense amount of chakra, but you would be able to do so much more with it if you had better control. Let me give you an example. Naruto nodded. Hinata has precise chakra control and uses just the right amount. Let us use the clone jutsu as an example. She uses just enough to make 5 clones. Your other teammate Shino, while his control is not as good as Hinata, his abilities allow him to use only a little more than Hinata to make the 5 clones. Naruto smiled. Well, that is good and all, but I can make shadow clones and a whole bunch of them. Ebisu adjusted his glasses. That is not the point, Naruto. For you to make 1 clone you would use enough chakra for either Hinata or Shino to make 10 clones, and yours would be pathetic. You have levels of chakra and stamina that are not even really human. Naruto looked annoyed. Look, I am buying you lunch and also trying to teach you something. You can make a ton of shadow clones, yes. But how many other jutsu can you perform? Substitution and any of the simple ones you learned from the academy? Naruto looked down at his 8th bowl. I can do substitution and transformation. But I still cannot do a decent clone jutsu. Why can I do the hard jutsu but have problems with the simple and supposedly easy ones? Ebisu thought and then looked at Naruto. More than likely it has to do with the seal. But we can work with you so that you will learn to become a stronger ninja. Chakra control is something that may save you. If you continue as you are now, you will run into a situation where you run out of chakra. Where if you had the control I am offering, you will have extra chakra in that same situation. I promise that I will try to be understanding. As you were able to help Konohamaru, I will endeavor to try to help you. Smiling at Naruto, look, you were able to teach him a lesson that there is no easy road to becoming the Hokage, where I could not. For that I am in your debt. Now if you are done we will head off to train. Naruto finished his 14th bowl of ramen and stood up ready to go. Sir, your bill? Ichiraku asked as he was rubbing his hands together as if he was expecting a reward. Ebisu turned and opened his wallet, stating certainly. He then saw the pile of bowls that were where Naruto had sat. Naruto. Thank you and come again. Ichiraku and Ayame both said as Ebisu and Naruto left. They left the center of town and headed towards the hot springs. They arrived about 15 minutes later. Okay, we will be working on chakra control as I told you earlier. I know from Kurenai you have learned how to climb trees using chakra. Now we will learn how to walk on water. Ebisu explained as Naruto interrupted. Wait, you can't walk on water. Oh, but yes you can. It is just taking what you have learned and going to the next level. With climbing the tree you had to learn how to keep the flow of chakra at an even and steady rate of release. When walking on water you need to change the flow of chakra to counter the sinking and the ever-changing surface. Thus you will learn how to control the flow of chakra by adjusting it as needed. As you become more proficient you will learn how to do this without thinking. Then we can progress to other jutsu that will fill you out as a proper chunin. How does that sound? Naruto watched as Ebisu gathered chakra into his feet and stepped onto the water. Okay, maintain and change the flow of chakra so that I can maintain myself on the surface, Naruto said to himself as he gathered chakra into his feet. He stepped onto the water and promptly sank in. Ow! Hot! Ebisu shifted his glasses and stated. Well, what did you expect? We are at a hot springs by the ways. Also consider it as motivation to get this jutsu correct. Naruto's next few attempts met with similar results. Ebisu continued to watch as Naruto was able to hold himself higher in the water each time he tried. He was able to stand only ankle deep when he pointed at something behind Ebisu and then lost concentration and fell all the way into the water. Ebisu looked at Naruto, who was just pointing at a white-haired mane peeking into the woman's bath. I will not have any inappropriate behavior while I am present. And started to run at the man with white hair. Give me a break. The white-haired man commented and made a single hand sign, and a toad appeared under the older man. The toad reached out with its tongue and grabbed Ebisu. It then promptly raised and then slammed Ebisu into the pavement, knocking him out. Naruto, witnessing this, ran in front of the toad. Hey, you old pervert. What did you do that for? Laying out my trainer like he was nothing. Come back here and make sure I get my training for the chunin exams. Like hell I will. Why should I waste my time with a wimp like you? The old man retorted. Just who the hell are you? Naruto questioned. The old man does a kabuki dance on the toad's head. I am Jiraiya, the mountain toad sage. Naruto, with a disgusted look on his face, comments, more like the perverted sage. Jiraiya jumps away as Naruto tries to follow him. After a half hour of searching he hears Jiraiya's voice coming out of a bar. Oh come on baby, you would be great. Then there was a slap. What? You would be great. I love women who are so well adjusted. This got Jiraiya another slap on the face. Naruto saw him being slapped by a rather busty woman. Found you, you old pervert. Not for long, kid. Jiraiya says as he runs off into the woods with Naruto not far behind. This chase lasted about 20 minutes when Naruto finally caught him by doing a double play and making Jiraiya think that he had fooled Naruto into following his clone away. Naruto was not fooled and was able to capture Jiraiya and get him to agree to train him. Chapter 23, Here Come the Toads. Okay kid, I will train you, but be here at 10 in the morning at the waterfalls. Be ready to put your life on the line to do this training. Am I clear? Jiraiya stated to Naruto. Okay, I will be there, you better not be late. I know Kakashi would do that, but I am trusting you, and if you are lying to me I will ask Kyashi to give you a Juken enema. Naruto replied with a large smile. Sure kid, I will be there, and I can get some research done while you train. Jiraiya replied. Naruto headed back to the Hyuga compound, and found his way blocked by an elder. You demon will not enter here, I forbid it. Guards attack him if he comes any closer. The guards both smiled and then winked at Naruto. Naruto got a scared look on his face as he started to back up. The elder walked towards Naruto. Run demon, the village will be the end of you. I will make sure that they know your secret and destroy you. Naruto stopped cold with that statement. You mean you will go against the will of the head of your clan and break the Hokage's law? Yes, whatever it takes to remove the stain of the Kyuubi from our village. The old woman was laughing at the apparent distress that Naruto was in. Naruto then smirked. Okay, I am sure Ibiki would like to have you as a guest in his fun house. 2 Anbu agents appeared next to the elder, and the guards smiled and bowed to Naruto. We apologize for our showing you aggression, Naruto-sama. Will you please forgive us as we were trying to help you with dealing with the elder so that we could have her removed? One of the guards stated while still in a deep bow. No problem guys, I am sure Ibiki will like his new friend. Keep up the good work, I could use some help on some of my pranks from you guys. You guys make good straight men. Naruto responded, bringing a smile to both the guards. Naruto headed to Hyashi's study. He kneeled before the door and knocked. Come. He heard from inside. He opened the door and entered the room, closing the door behind him and kneeling on a pad waiting to be acknowledged. Hyashi looked up at Naruto. Yes, how can I help you, Naruto-san? Naruto bowed. I am sorry, Hyashi-sama. Hyashi raised an eyebrow at the start of an apology. I have sent one of the elders to Ibiki. Hyashi could not cover his surprise. How and why did you do this? One of the elders ambushed me at the gates and tried to force the guards on duty to attack me and prevent my entry to the compound. He raised his hand to let Hyashi know that he had more to say. The guards both approached me in an apparently menacing fashion, but I knew they were not serious as they both winked at me. The elder then proceeded to divulge the Hokage's secret at that point and was taken by Anbu agents. The guards apologized for the deception but wanted to see how far the elder would go to keep me from the compound. I wish for the guards not to be punished for showing aggression to an honored guest. He then bowed his head to the floor. Naruto-san, the guards will not be punished. I am glad you were able to deal with an errant elder so effectively. Thank you for coming and informing me immediately. I will see that the guards will be rewarded. Hyashi bowed and nodded, giving Naruto permission to leave. Naruto rose and left the room. He headed to his room and then after getting some clothes he headed to the bathhouse. As he walked he saw Neji but made an actual attempt to avoid him and walked a longer way around past the women's bathhouse. He saw many of the ladies and bowed to them as he passed. They would giggle and bow as they continued along their way. Just before he reached the men's bathhouse he found Neji in his way. Not wanting trouble he walked to the left of Neji but Neji shifted right to block him. He shifted right and again Neji moved to block him. Naruto shrugged. Neji, we cannot fight until the match. Look, I am pissed at you, so move out of my way. I have made every effort to avoid you but you are also making every effort to make a confrontation. Why? Naruto asked. Neji looked at Naruto with only disgust in his eyes. Why the main branch would allow a failure and a reject such as yourself to soil the halls of the Hyuga compound is beyond me. You are nothing, no below nothing. Naruto sighed. Then why waste your time with someone who is lower than nothing in your eyes? You have tarnished my reputation with my teammates. For that you will pay. Neji responded. So you are mad because I told the truth to your teammates about you trying to kill your cousin, whom is my best friend. How is that right, Neji? How? Naruto demanded. I will not have to be mad if you are dead. And even if she is your supposed friend, why would you care if she died in a contest during the Chunin exams? She is one of the most precious people in the world to me, and to lose her would destroy my world. You, the supposed genius, cannot even see that? You are gifted with blindness as well as an arrogant attitude that the world revolves around you and you alone. Naruto now yelled at Neji. I don't know what chip is on your shoulder, but I swear I will knock it off your shoulder in our fight. Now let me pass, as I am an honored guest of the head of the Hyuga family. If you have a problem with me, then take it up with Hiashi, Naruto stated as he pushed past Neji. Naruto saw Shinbo around the corner waiting for him. So Onsen, how are things with Neji team? This caused Naruto to start to laugh. So are we taking a bath or not? Could you help me with this, as I am not familiar with how a bathhouse works? I understand the shower we had, but this is totally different. Naruto and Shinbo entered the bath, rinsed, scrubbed, then rinsed again. They then soaked in the bath and talked about the confrontation with Neji, his feeling towards Hinata, and his new training with Jiraiya. Well, Onsen, you did the right thing with Neji. As far as what to do with Hinata, I would talk to her about what the Kyuubi suggested. There may be something special there that we do not know about. Good luck with the training, and let me know how it goes. Dinner was quiet as Hiashi, Hanabi, Yugito, Shinbo and Naruto all ate quietly at the table. Naruto ate quickly but with some manners and headed to Hinata's room. He knocked but heard no reply, knocked again and no reply. He left a note under the door that he would try again tomorrow to talk to her. With that he went to bed. He woke up the next morning, and headed to his morning training with Guy and Lee. He found out that Lee had a shattered left leg but was able to use a crutch to move around. So Naruto was only able to spar with Guy before he headed back home for breakfast. He found that Hinata was sleeping now but would like to see him around noon for lunch so that they could talk. He ate breakfast and wished Shinbo, Yugito, and Hanabi well as they went off to the academy. He met with Ebisu and told him that he needed to be training with Jiraiya at 10, so he was excused from morning training but would have to report back to him on his progress. He arrived at the waterfalls right on time and saw many pretty women in bikinis playing near the waterfall. He then went behind the bushes and saw Jiraiya. Figured I would find you hiding in the bushes while peeking on the bathers. Shut up, kid, I am doing research. So you ready to do some real training? Jiraiya asked. Yes, of course. But are we going to first finish the chakra control training? The walking on water walking exercise? Naruto asked. Jiraiya nodded. Okay, go ahead, I will watch. Naruto walked up to the side stream and at first sunk to his ankles. He then was able to stand on top of the water. About an hour later he could effectively stand on the water and not sink even with huge distractions like Jiraiya ogling the women at the waterfalls. Okay kid, go get some lunch then head back here, I'm going to train you how to do a summoning jutsu. Naruto headed home and ate lunch, then knocked on Hinata's door. She quietly answered for him to come in. He entered and saw that she was still hooked up to machines but seemed more comfortable in her own bed. Hello Naruto-kun. I am sorry I missed you last night. There was something I wanted to discuss with you, if that is all right. Naruto nodded and pulled the chair from her desk to beside the bed. Okay Hinata-chan, you can go first as there is something I also want to discuss with you. Hinata was not sure where to start. I met someone while I was in the hospital. Naruto looked confused. She carefully lifted her nightshirt to reveal her stomach. This caused Naruto to go 3 shades of red, thinking she was going to do something like either say she was pregnant or take of the nightshirt altogether. Until he saw her wince in pain and then the seal appeared. He nodded that he understood what she was talking about. She said we need to use their chakra while holding hands. We cannot do it now as I am still healing and she is very tired. She has finally woken up but is very tired. What did you wish to discuss? He told me the same thing, but also told me that he owed me a favor. I am not sure why. Naruto replied. I think I know why. Would you like to know what I think? Naruto nodded. You hold the Kyuubi, I hold his mate. Your saving me saved his mate. What are we going to do about this? Naruto was starting to get red-faced again, and started to scratch his head. Well, there is not much we can do right now. We are stuck for several reasons. 1. You are not fit enough to do what they want us to do. 2. Your father has forbidden me to ask you about dating. Hinata interrupted with a red face. You asked my father if we could date. And did he forbid us to date? Hinata looked almost ready to cry. Well, sort of. He said I could not ask you to date until you were 13. He also told me before we could I would have to talk to him about what your answer was. Naruto answered. You actually want to become my boyfriend? Hinata asked. Naruto was starting to get a little embarrassed. Well, Hinata-chan. I am not sure of what my feelings are towards you. Tears started to run from Hinata's eyes. What I am trying to say is that I felt like the world was about to end when Neji was hurting you like he was. And when I saw that he intended to kill you, I thought I could not face the world without you. Hinata continued to cry, but instead of sadness it was joy. She understood that he loved her but did not understand it himself and did not know how to express this emotion. His not having a family after Hanabi was born and all the villagers trying to kill or just hurt him caused him not to be able to express his feeling, or at times recognize them. She reached up and hugged him with all her might, not wanting to let go. She bore through the pain. He started to cry and returned the hug but was careful not to squeeze too hard. All he could say before his throat could not speak anymore was Hinata. He started to weep uncontrollably. The door slid open, both of them heard it but ignored it. I must warn you that this appears to be something that is inappropriate, Hiyashi said behind them. Also, Naruto, don't you have to go train with the Sannin Jiraiya? He is waiting at the front gate for you with some sort of contract and says he will leave in 10 minutes if you do not show up at the front gate by then. Hinata released him a little, and Naruto complied as both were crying and looking into each other's eyes. Go, Naruto-kun. I will wait for you. We have more time to talk about upon your return. Naruto just nodded and slowly extracted himself from her grasp. He left, watching her eyes as he left. Hiyashi smiled. He is going to be a very good man when he grows up. I am hoping you can train him well. That will be your job when you are feeling better. With that, Hiyashi left. Naruto sniffled and wiped his tears away as he approached Jiraiya. Jiraiya saw the look on his face and smiled warmly to the boy. To be young and in love. Okay, Naruto, I need you to follow me and we will need you to access all the chakra you can muster. Naruto just looked at him and then followed him back to the area near the waterfall. He unrolled the scroll. This is a summoning contract with the summoning toads of the mountain. By signing this you are given the right to summon them. You must fist sign it in blood and then you must follow the hand signs that I show you. Like so. He works through the hand signs. Summoning Jutsu. A large toad appears in front of Jiraiya. Now you try it. Naruto works through the hand signs slowly. Summoning Jutsu. And a tadpole appears. Okay, you will need more chakra than that to summon a toad. Go ahead and use as much chakra as you can. Jiraiya explains. Okay, Fox, I need chakra. Naruto goes through the hand signs and places his hand on the ground and a rush of chakra blows out of his hand. And he is suddenly on a toad more than 50 feet tall with a scar on his left eye, wearing a robe and a huge dagger. Jiraiya, why have you summoned me? The toad asks in a booming voice. Crap, why did he summon him? Gamabunta is trouble no matter how you slice it. Jiraiya thought. I didn't summon you. He did. Jiraiya replied as he pointed at Naruto, who was standing on Gamabunta's head. Don't mess with me, Jiraiya. This little snot could not summon a fly if he wanted to. Gamabunta replied. I used the Kyuubi chakra to summon you. Naruto explained. I see, and now I see the contract. Naruto Uzumaki A. Well, you now can summon the toads. Do not summon me unless you have dire need. Do I make myself clear? Gamabunta commanded. Naruto nodded his understanding. With that, Gamabunta disappeared in a puff of smoke. Okay, Naruto, we will try to limit what you just did to between Gamabunta and the tadpole. The more refined you get with the amount of chakra, the more accurate you can summon certain toads for certain jobs. Do you remember how much chakra you used to summon the tadpole? Naruto nodded. Okay, use 10 times that to summon a regular toad. The rest of the afternoon was taken up by Naruto summoning toads of various sizes and names. He of course did not summon Gamabunta again. Chapter 24, Connections. Naruto came home very tired. He was greeted by the guard with a polite bow, which he would return to the guards as he passed them. Jiraiya told him to meet him again but at noon tomorrow for a different type of training. He entered his room and this time took a shower instead of going to the baths just so that he could avoid Neji. He was not sure why Neji was trying to pick a fight yesterday, but he did not want that problem again. He decided to make a point of avoiding him whenever and wherever possible. He tried to visit Hinata but she was sleeping and might not wake up until after dinner. After his shower he changed into a standard robe worn around the Hyuga complex. While bland, it was functional. He walked around and found the garden he remembered from years ago. It was the one that Jasmine would take Hinata and him to each week to tend to the flowers and trees. He noticed the trees were taller and some of the flowers were untended compared to what he remembered. He went to the stream and sat down on the rock bench there, closing his eyes. He felt a presence but did not move or acknowledge it. He was suddenly hit in the chest and dumped into the stream. A younger voice yelled at him, "What are you doing here? You do not belong here. Leave the garden or I will hurt you." He opened his eyes to see Hanabi fuming mad at him while he was lying in the steam, feeling very wet at the moment. "Why did you push me into the water, Hanabi?" Naruto asked as he wiped water from his face. "This is my mother's garden and you are not allowed in here," she answered, nearly yelling with anger in her voice. "I am sorry, but I didn't know that I was not allowed. Anyways, I would spend time here with your sister and mother." Looking at her sadly at her as he stood up, soaked to the bone. "Do you miss her as much as I do?" This infuriated Hanabi. "What would you know about her, you are street urchin? You are not even loved by anyone. No one wants you. How would you know my mother?" Naruto pulled himself out of the water and started to drip dry. With a faraway look he smiled. "I knew her before you were born. I was kicked out of the compound soon after she died." A sad look came over his face. "All I have now are memories of her. I remember her smile, her voice, and a few other things, like a feeling of belonging that she gave to me. I am sorry you did not get to know her. I do not need pity or lectures from a demon child." "Why do they call you that anyways?" Hanabi questioned. Naruto smiled and then chuckled. "You have no idea, do you? Why they call me that?" Hanabi shook her head. "Well then I will tell you a story about a law and one you nearly broke, which could have cost you your life." She looked shocked. "Did you know there is a law that pertains to me and me alone?" She shook her head. "I am sure you have leaned your history on the QB, am I right?" She nodded. "Okay, they only told you part of the story. But remember what I am about to tell you. You cannot tell anyone who does not already know about this. You could be punished with the death penalty for breaking this law. Do you understand?" She shook her head. "What about you and the QB would have to do with a law that would require someone to die for telling people something about it?" Again Naruto smiled. "Like I said, there is a law that only allows the sitting Hokage and me to divulge this information. For anyone else it is a death sentence." A look of surprise and shock went over Hanabi's face. "Do you understand why I am being so careful right now?" She nodded. "I do not want you to die. So why would people call me demon child?" She shrugged her shoulders. "Well, for one, the fourth Hokage could not kill the QB. That is impossible. He was the strongest and killed the demon." Hanabi interrupted. "Ah, but that is what you were told. The truth is that even as powerful as he was, he could not kill the demon. The QB was after all the strongest of the demon lords. So he did the next best thing he could to save the village. He sealed it in a human vessel." Hanabi looked confused. He could not kill the demon, he had to remove it another way. So he sealed it in a child whose chakra system had not developed yet. This way the chakra would not have too much of an adverse effect on the person it was sealed in. "So who was the fool that they sealed the demon in?" Hanabi asked. Naruto just smiled. "Do you know what day my birthday is?" She shook her head. "What day is the celebration of victory over the QB?" "October 10th. Hanabi answered, smiling. "Yes. They are both one and the same. Do you know now who the QB is sealed in?" She looked confused. "I was that baby that the fourth sealed the QB in." She looked shocked and then seemed to be a little scared. Naruto pointed at his whisker marks. "These birth marks are from the sealing process." He began to undo his robe and revealed his stomach and molded some chakra, revealing the seal. "See, there is nothing to fear. I have him locked up inside of me. I am his jailer and part-time tormentor. Occasionally he torments me, it is a mutual thing." He laughs. She moves closer and touches the seal, causing him to laugh. "Does it hurt?" "No, but if I pull too much chakra from the QB it could. Now you understand why I am referred to as demon or demon child?" She nods. "Also remember, you cannot tell anyone about this, as I do not want you to die for making a dumb mistake. Can I ask you a question?" Hanabi nods. "Remember when I stopped you from attacking Hinata and ran to the hospital?" She nodded. "Why did you not stop when Hinata was on the ground? She was down and the match was over." Hanabi looked sad and towards the ground. "I am sorry about that. The elder told me that unless I could decisively beat Hinata, then I would have the caged bird seal put on me that night. She said that if I did not win, they would immediately put it on me." She started to cry. I had no choice and I just got angrier and angrier until all I could do was just attack. She looked at Naruto very scared and crying. I was scared that they would put the seal on me. She started to cry and fell to the ground crying. Naruto noticed another presence and looked to see Hiyashi standing at the edge of the garden. Naruto closed his robe and gently grabbed Hanabi's hand, pulling her up, and then led her to her father with his hand on her shoulder, trying to comfort her. How long have you been there? Naruto asks Hiyashi. Long enough. I will walk her to her room and you can go change. Hiyashi smiles. You do have a way with people. Naruto had made it to his room and was getting out of his wet clothes when there was a knock on the door. Just a minute. Naruto replied to the knock. Naruto-sama, Hinata-sama is awake and would like to talk to you when you are available. A female voice came from behind the closed door. Thank you, I will be there in a minute, after I finish changing. Naruto replied. Outside the door, Neji nodded to the female Hyuga to leave. She had tears in her eyes as she left. He readied himself to attack as soon as Naruto exited the door. Neji was in his Juken stance waiting for Naruto to leave his room. I will remove this blight on the Hyuga once and for all. He has insulted the family and pulled down the main house. I will not let this continue. Naruto had just put on a new kimono. He felt the killing intent just as he opened the door. He immediately dodged to the left but was hit squarely in the center of his chest, knocking the wind out of him and sending him flying onto and then over his bed. He landed in a heap feeling very tired. He then noticed blood on the floor and breathing was becoming labored. With each breath he would cough up blood. He pulled himself up into a kneeling position looking over the bed. He saw Neji slowly moving towards him with a smile on his face. He then saw Yugito in the doorway with terror written all over her face. She stepped into the room. How dare you attack my Onsen? You will be disqualified for sure. Neji hit her in the chest, sending her back into the hallway, landing in a heap against the far wall. Now where was I? Oh yes, removing a stain from the Hyuga compound. Neji smiled and continued to advance. You will stop now or you will feel the seal in its full force. A look of fear came over Neji's face when he heard Hiyashi's voice. You will then report to your quarters and not come out until I have talked to the Hokage. Hi, Neji said as he turned and bowed to Hiyashi and left the room. Hiyashi ran to Naruto's side as several female Hyuga brought Yugito into his room and set her upon his bed. Naruto, are you alright? Naruto was still coughing up blood but fell on his back when he accidentally stepped in the pool of blood on the floor. Hiyashi rolled Naruto onto his side as his eyes started to flutter and his breathing started to gurgle. Send for the doctor now. Naruto's eyes continued to flutter as the blood flowed out of his mouth as he coughed, trying to breathe. Don't try to talk, help is on the way. Naruto, can you hear me? Naruto? Hiyashi yelled at the top of his lungs. Chapter 25 Trouble. Neji will receive no punishment for the altercation with Uzumaki-san. The elder stated. And why is that? Hiyashi questioned, with barely able to contain his rage. He was retaliating for a wrong done to him earlier in the day by Uzumaki-san. The elder Kodai responded. What wrong did Yugito Uzumaki do to Neji? Hiyashi slyly turned the question. None so far as I know. I am referring to Naruto Uzumaki, not his dimwit sister. Kodai responded. You say he was justified. The rules for the Chunin exam are specific. There shall be no fighting between combatants before the final exams. And this happened. I will leave this up to the Hokage and Naruto-san to decide. If they do not press charges, I will not punish Neji. Also, I am very angry with the council as they are coming close to being disbanded. Either they will conform or I have a new council to advise me. He emphasized the word advise. In the Hyuga medical wing, Naruto wakes up to the smells of a hospital, jasmine and lavender. While he likes lavender as Hinata's perfume smells of that, he really hates hospitals. He opens his eyes and sees stark white ceiling and walls. He tries to sit up but his muscles hurt too much, so he decides to just lay back and look around. He then notices an oxygen mask on his face, which he just reaches up and takes off. He then noticed a pair of silver/white eyes looking at him. They have a look of concern on them. He realizes that the eyes belong to Hanabi. Opening his mouth to speak, he noticed that his throat hurts and is very dry, while croaking out an attempted hi to Hanabi. There is a snicker to his right but is hidden by the curtains. The giggle is familiar but he could not place it. Naruto-san, would you like something to drink? Hanabi asked as Naruto nodded. She moved over and grabbed a pitcher of water and poured it into a glass, handing him the glass. Just before he got the glass, he noticed another whiff of the faint lavender scent. Taking the glass, he turned to the curtain. He then looked at Hanabi, who just smiled shyly and nodded to him. He again tried to sit up but was not able to, so he just drank the water and mouthed the word "thank you" to Hanabi. "You are quite welcome, Naruto-san. Would you like the curtain pulled back?" He nodded as he started to drink again. The water burned as it went down, wetting the parched throat, but still hurting. Hanabi moved the curtain to reveal Hinata laying back on her pillow but smiling at Naruto. "I will leave you two now. Again, I am sorry for attacking both of you. You are forgiven, Imutazan. I am sure Naruto will also forgive you." Hinata responded. "Thank you, One-Izan," Hanabi says as she leaves. Naruto finishes the water but only lets out a croak when he tries to speak. This causes Hinata to giggle. But this frustrates Naruto to no end, as he wants to talk to Hinata. "Naruto-kun, I would like to talk to you if that is okay," Hinata says quietly, to which Naruto just nods. "I have made contact with my companion." Naruto looks confused. Hinata blushes and then lifts her gown to reveal her stomach and points to it. She does not mold chakra as she is sure it might hurt her. "I am talking about the one sealed in me." A look of recognition comes over Naruto and he nods. "Naruto-kun," she says that we will both need to mold their chakra while holding hands. Naruto nods. "He told you to?" He again nods. "Naruto-kun, I will not be able to do that for a month and a half at the earliest." She frowns. "I am sorry." Naruto-kun gives her a sympathetic smile. "So why are you in the bed? What happened?" Naruto takes a deep breath and then coughs hard, spraying blood all over his sheets. He quickly covers his mouth. "Great job, you idiot, you do not even know when to take it easy. I can only heal you so fast." The fox told him in his mind. "Like I knew my lungs would have so much blood in them," Naruto thought. A look of panic crossed Hinata's face. "Naruto-kun, are you alright?" This caused her to do the same thing. A nurse came in and saw that both patients' beds were covered in blood. She stuck her head out of the room and called for a doctor. She then came into the room, checking Naruto quickly as he was coughing harder than Hinata. She then shifted to Hinata. A doctor came in a few seconds later. She immediately looked at the nurse, who pointed at Hinata. The doctor moved over to her and made a few hand signs, her hand covering in a green chakra. She applied her hand to Hinata's chest. Hinata's coughing slowed and then stopped. She then moved to Naruto and did the same thing. The doctor finally spoke. "Okay, both of you. No deep breaths, Naruto-san, no talking, and Lady Hinata, do not get excited. I had to repair the work I have done. Nurse, will you please leave us?" The nurse nodded and left. The doctor made sure that the nurse had left hearing range and then closed the door. "Okay, my name is Dr. Kikyo Hyuga. I know about your special cases." She looking hard at Naruto. "Yes, that one. You both heal quickly but the damage is extreme. Naruto, you just healed from punctured lung and now your bronchial tube has been ruptured, and your lungs have a ton of blood in them. It will take a few days to clear." Turning to Hinata, "Lady Hinata, your heart, your left lung, your liver, and large intestine all took damage. Normally both of your injuries would be fatal. You both are lucky to have your special cases. But I will not allow you to re-injure yourselves. Now, Lady Hinata, you can talk to Naruto-san, but you must do it in quiet tones. He will continue cough up blood. This much I can tell was caused by him taking a deep breath to try to speak. His is slightly damaged. So he will not be able to talk for a couple days anyways." She looked back at Naruto. "Do not try to speak for a couple days. I will have the nurse come in and change your sheets, also buzz the nurse if either of you need to use the bathrooms." She smirked at who Naruto nodded his head and covered his crotch. "Okay, I will get the nurse now. Now be good children or I will have to sedate you." She smiled as she left. The nurse came back in and immediately went over to Naruto and helped him out of bed. "Leading into the bathroom, you want to sit or stand?" Naruto pointed to the seat. The nurse closed the door and gently pulled down his boxers and set him down on the toilet. His face turned bright red from having a woman see him in the near buff to say. She quietly said, "Don't worry, I will not tell anyone about this." She helped him stand and had him hold the rails in the bathroom for stability while she pulled his shorts back up. She then helped him back into bed while pulling off the top sheet. She moved over to Hinata's bed. "Do you also need relief, Lady Hinata?" Hinata nodded as the nurse took off her sheets, causing Hinata to turn red as the nurse accidentally revealed that Hinata was wearing white panties. She had forgotten to pull her gown back down after revealing her stomach to Naruto. Quickly Hinata pulling down her gown, "I am ready." The nurse helped Hinata into the bathroom, performing the same maneuver with Hinata's panties that she did with Naruto's boxers, allowing Hinata to relieve herself and then stand and put them back on. "He is the one you like?" Hinata nodded. "You have found a good one. Treat him right and he will make you happy." Hinata looked at her questioningly. "He is a nice boy and as well. I promised I would not tell." She then winked at Hinata, who turned bright red and nearly fainted. The nurse helped Hinata back into bed, then put new sheets on both beds. "Now you two keep it down, especially you Naruto-sama. I will come in and check on you in an hour." Hinata, still recovering from the nurse's comments, begins to speak to Naruto. "Naruto-kun, I was told something that I did not know. I contain the Kyuubi's mate. Did you know that?" Naruto had a deer in the headlights look, he then shook his head. "I am wondering how you feel about me?" She looked down, tears welling in her eyes. "Do you like me because I contain the Kyuubi's mate?" Naruto looked at her questioningly. "Now that is not a fair question. How am I supposed to answer that? If I say no, then it could be taken that I don't like her because of your mate, or I like her but it is not because of your mate. Ah. Help me out here, Fox." Naruto thought to his prisoner. "How am I supposed to help you here? You cannot even get out of the bed. Maybe I can do something. Lift your gown and mold some chakra. Let me put out a chakra tail and touch her with it. This might help with being able to talk to her now that you are not allowed to speak." "What am I thinking?" Neji did the impossible. He shut up the loudest mouth in Konoha. "Ha! Ha! Ha!" the fox responded. Naruto lifted his gown, showing his stomach. Molding chakra caused his seal to appear. Hinata looked at Naruto and was surprised at what he was doing. She then, a line of red chakra moving towards her, it moved to hover over her stomach. He nodded to her. "I hope this works, you silly fox." Naruto thought. "You want me to reveal my stomach, Naruto-kun?" Naruto nodded. She lifted her gown and the red chakra slowly moved to her stomach. It paused over her stomach as if waiting for her approval. "Okay, Naruto-kun, you can continue." The chakra caressed her stomach and the seal appeared. It then covered the seal and she felt very sleepy. Both heads hit their pillows at the same time. They both woke up in a field. "Okay, kits, you can talk now. I have bridged your minds. I know I cannot talk to Haim right now, but you both can at least talk to each other." "I will withdraw." "Naruto, we will talk later," the Kyuubi said. Naruto sat up and saw Hinata sitting a few feet away from him, a large castle with a gate and with the kanji of seal on it. "Hinata, I could not answer your question. It was too hard to answer." Hinata looked confused. "What do you mean? How can I answer your question without looking bad? Here is how I see it. I have known only that I contain the Kyuubi and that I have feelings for you. He has not had any sway in on how I feel towards you. I didn't know you contained his mate. If I did, it would make no difference. I have liked you since we were kids." Tears start to stream from his eyes. "I do not want to lose you. I can't lose you. It would kill me. I don't know what this feeling is, but that is how I feel. I would never want to hurt you, thus the reason I could not answer your question. When I figured out you liked me more than just a friend, I was happy beyond compare. I could not have been happier. Someone like you liked me, the demon brat, and the pariah of Konoha. And I know that you would not hurt me if I screwed up, which I eventually will." He looked into her lavender eyes. "You are beautiful, patient, kind, and I care for you more than life itself." Hinata looks up crying. "Yes, Hinata Haim, it is you I am talking about." "Okay, Naruto-kun." She moved closer and embraced Naruto. "Hinata Haim, I am telling the truth when I say I do not know what I feel. I know I am happy when I am around you and sad when you are not near. I know I push harder so that I can protect you. But I don't want you to think it is because you are weak, because you are not weak. I made an oath to Neji that I am going to beat him, and I did it on your blood." Hinata pulled away, looking into Naruto's eyes. "You did that? For me?" "Yes, I did, and I would do it again. That team Neji has put me back in the hospital. I don't mind being here with you though. But I can't train and he is free to train as much as he likes." "Neji Niazan attacked you? When did he do that?" Hinata asked. "I am not sure when, but it was before dinner. I was going to go talk to you. But he used a woman telling me that you were up and wanted to talk to lure me out and attack me at the entrance of my room." Naruto answered. "That is terrible. I will talk to my father about this and see what we can do about it," Hinata said angrily. "If I am to heal Naruto as quickly as possible, you will need to end this soon." The fox boomed over the young couple. "Haim, the fox in me says that we will be able to talk in a month and a half. I am sure that he will be happy to see her. Now Naruto-kun Hinata starts to blush. Lo. Enough. Out with it, girl, we do not have time for this. The fox yells at Hinata. Shut up, you damn fox. Can't you see Hinata is trying? She is so cute when she blushes. Naruto blushes as he says that, not sure why it was said instead of thought. Hinata grips Naruto very tightly and buries her head in his shoulder. I love you, Naruto-kun. Then promptly passes out. The scenery fades to black and Naruto is left in the room near the Kyuubi's cage. Naruto is in a daze. She loves me. I am not worthy of her, am I? Do I love her? Why do I feel like my insides are all twisted up? What do I do now? Naruto. The Kyuubi yells, breaking him from his stupor. Now that I have your attention, we have a few things to discuss. Naruto looked up at the cage. Like what? I have just been told by my best friend in the world, and prettiest too, that she loves me. I am not sure what to do now. What do you want to talk about anyways, fox? First, I have figured out why she is weaker than she should be. The fox said. Okay, you mean she is stronger than she is now? Yes and no. First, Hyuga has had to pull some chakra from Hinata to heal herself. She was improperly sealed in a statue. She is a seven-tailed divine fox, for crying out loud. But she also was gravely wounded when I was summoned by a man named Madara Uchiha. Uchiha, great, why do they keep on coming up and ruining my life? Naruto responded. Well, he holds sway over demon foxes with his Sharingan. Sasuke does not have that ability yet, but could gain it eventually. Also, she was sealed by a man named Orochimaru. He is known as the Snake Sanin. But back to Hyuga. She is recovering. She was injured, then locked in an inanimate object, then resealed in a container that had developing chakra coils. This would make her life very difficult. She would need to basically take strength from Hinata to recover, but she would lend her powers to heal her. When Hyuga is fully recovered, Hinata will heal almost as fast as you. Now I have not tried to steer you towards Hinata. Just blind luck has put us in this position where the girl you love, yes, I said love, is the container of my mate. Now there are a few things I need to tell you. First, when you and Hinata make the chakra link, you both will be able to send your thoughts to each other. I am not sure on what the distances are. Over longer distances you will be able to relay them through me to her and from her through Hyuga. As you age, you and I will merge. This will take years. You are almost 13 now. I figure we will be one when you reach your 19th birthday. When that happens, you will become a half-demon, a Hanyo. Why a half-demon? Why would I want to become a half-demon? Naruto asks. How do you think most of the blood limits started? Most were started when a spirit being, whether demon or divine, mated and had offspring. Well, it is that or you die. I figure you will want to live. I will not totally merge, I will become like a conscious for you. You will have all my power and most of my knowledge. But I will also be here to advise you on things. I will state now that I was a wild fox spirit, a Nagatsune, then I became a demon, later I became a demon lord. The same thing will happen to your Hyuga and to your family, and I mean Yugito and Shinbo. They will eventually all become half-demons. Hyuga was a Myobu, a celestial fox. Now we can proceed, but we will need to train your mind. Chapter 26, Others Training. Shino was panting as his father looked on again. Shibi commented without emotion. You must be one with your hive. I know you can do this. Gaara of the Sand has similar ability to you in how he controls that horde of sand that he carries. You have the advantage, you can talk to your family and they will talk back to help you find a weakness. Now try again. Remember, you are trying to outsmart your opponent, not just beat him to a pulp. That is for your teammate to do. This elicited a smirk from Shino. Which one? Both like close combat. Shino questioned. Shibi continues the spar between his colony and his sons. True. But which has become stronger in your estimation? Are you asking in absolute strength or the most progress? Hyuga-san has made the most progress, she has become much stronger. I would attribute this to my other teammate. He seems to be able to bring out the best in her ability and others I have observed. I hope this continues. For pure and absolute power and strength it would be my Jinchuriki teammate Uzumaki-san. Shino replies. How so? How do you know about his status of a container? Shibi says with a raised eyebrow. Well, Uzumaki-san gave too many hints on what he was and I figured it out after the time my insects went wild when I was suffering chakra exhaustion, if you remember that time. Shibi nodded. Also, he told me later on, in a display of trust for his team so that we would not be surprised if he used the Kyuubi's chakra. He has done so on a few occasions and I have been impressed. Did you know that he is in control while he is using the Kyuubi's chakra? He has been able to access that vast well of chakra at times where the team would never have been able to survive, and it is thanks to him we have had the success we have. I am sure if I am presented an opportunity to battle with him in the Chunin exams I will not win. Have you heard that the whole Uzumaki clan has moved in with the Hyuga? Shibi comments as he ducks a few stray insects. Your control of your insects is astounding at usual father. And yes, I have known for a few days that Uzumaki-san and his kin have moved in with the Hyuga. I also know that he has been training hard and spending time with Hinata-san, hoping she will get better after the fight with Neji Hyuga. Watching his son for a reaction, he saw one. Shino's control on his insects wavered for a second. Shibi smirked, I see you also have some bad feelings towards the Hyuga. How would you fight him? Fight him? I will not have to. Naruto will more than likely take Neji's life in the fight. But if not, I would of course keep my distance and allow my colony to weaken him. More than likely have them stay under the ground until I could coax him into walking over them. I would surrender if this did not work. I would not risk the safety of the colony to get revenge. He recalled his colony to him. What is next on the training agenda? Will we do? A familiar voice boomed across the yard. Zabuza and Haku were standing at the entrance to the Aburame compound. Would you like to train? You know that punk Naruto is back in the hospital again. Also Haku and I figured we would spread the love and help our friends out. We already beat up that Sasuke punk. Zabuza laughed evilly as Haku just nodded with a pleasant smile. Good afternoon Aburame-kun and Aburame-sama. Haku bowed to both Shino and Shibi. Naruto is back in the hospital? Did he injure himself training again? Shino asked. Hell no, that Neji punk ambushed him at the door to his room. But that resilient punk should be out in a few days and back in fighting form in a week or so. I am sure he will be even more pissed off at that Neji kid when the day comes for the exam. Hey, I am betting on Naruto with all my money. If this information leaks out he will give me even better odds, Zabuza laughed. So you want to do some training? Haku and I are just itching to let off some steam. We promise we won't hurt you much. All Shino could do was raise an eyebrow as a response. Shibi nodded to this turn of events. Several miles away in a secluded glade there was a loud crash. Shikamaru Naro looks very tired. He looked exhausted but saw a large round object coming his way. He flashed through several hand signs and then had an expression on his face of utter fear. Ah man, I don't have enough chakra. He then dived for the most convenient bush to hide behind. Come on Shikamaru, you need to keep your head in the game. You need to build more stamina. Asuma commented. Shikamaru stood up and was standing shakily. That is easy for you to say. You are not the one who is almost out of chakra and trying to stop a rolling Choji. This comment elicited a smile from his friend and teammate Choji. Well, we could go for some barbecue and help you get back your strength, Choji said with a laugh. Asuma just shook his head. One just wants to eat, the other is lazy. My last student is a loudmouth. Maybe I can get Kurenai to switch one loudmouth for another. Both Naruto and Ino sneezed at the same time. Someone must be thinking about me. They both thought as they both rubbed their noses. Elsewhere in the forest, Tenten had a look of absolute anger on her face. No, I will not train with you. With the way you attacked Hinata, and the way you are treating Lee, I will do no such thing. I know you were angry at the main branch thing, but you went too far. You could have killed her. You know that Naruto was not pleased with you. Heck, I am almost positive that Shino will also come after you if you get that far. Neji looked solemnly at Tenten. Naruto will no longer be a problem. He will not be able to attend the finals. As for that pathetic excuse for a bug user, I am not worried. I am only worried about Gaara and Sasuke, as both will be hard competition. That is why I am asking you to help me with a technique that is an ultimate defense. Will you help? Why? You treat most everyone as below you. I seem to be the only exception. Why is that? Tenten asks. You are a very competent kunoichi. You are an expert at long-range attacks with weapons. Neji responds. Okay, but you will fix your attitude or we are finished with this training. Tenten retorts angrily. I will do as you wish. Now stand at least 7 meters back. You can then start an attack with your weapons. Neji changes his stance and activates his Byakugan. Upon a cliff top, Sasuke is nursing several cuts. Come on, Zabuza didn't hit you that hard. Kakashi jokingly comments. It's not Zabuza that hurt me more. Haku and those damn Senbone, I was already tired, then she used her ice chamber to cut me to ribbons. I could avoid what Zabuza was hitting me with, but I can't beat Haku's Kekkei Genkai when I am that exhausted. Sasuke retorted. Yes, but you needed the stamina boost, especially if you want to have a chance against Gaara. What worries me is what they said about Naruto being attacked by Neji. The council may let this go and try to disqualify Naruto, Kakashi said with a worried look in his eye. So what if the Dobi is disqualified? He shouldn't have even made it to the finals. He got off easy with Ino just giving up like she did. Anyways, he was just showing off to his loser girlfriend. Sasuke rudely snorted. Kakashi looked very angry. Do you even know what real work is? Sasuke looked at him with an arrogant glare. Naruto would spend about 12 to 15 hours a day training when he left the academy and joined his team. You complain after about 5 hours. Naruto does not have the gift of the Sharingan to copy others' ninjutsu. Did you know I have been his guardian since he was almost 6? He was slated to be on this team with you and Sakura, I'm glad he was not. Sasuke started to roll his eyes. Learn some respect or your training ends here. Sasuke bows, my deepest apologies Kakashi-sensei. The council ordered me to train you. Now start again. Kakashi orders as Sasuke charges. At the Aburame compound, Zabuza and Haku both were now leaving as it was later in the evening. Shino, I am sure that Naruto would enjoy you visiting him at the Hyuga compound and trying to cheer him up, Haku said with a smile. I am not so sure I could cheer him up as you so aptly put it. But it would be good to see him and see how he is doing and see if he will be able to make the exam finals. I would prefer that Neji not get a bye for his first match and have an easy time with either Gaara or Sasuke. I am sure that Kankuro will not be easy to defeat, but I do thank you for your assistance in training. I will be more careful when dealing with those who have a Kekkei Genkai. Shino replied. We were glad to help you out. You know we are only able to do D-rank missions here in the village while we are still on probation. I look forward to seeing you again over the next few weeks. Good luck with your training. We will not let the others know about how you are training. Goodbye and thank you and your family for dinner. Haku says as she and Zabuza head home.